Shalom, I'm giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Al Shai Bashem, Rakakodah, Shalom to the 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video Deuteronomy 30, verse 7. And the Lord, thy power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies. This is the rest of the verse. I'm going to see if I can fit this whole thing in. He is starting to feel the curses now. And the scriptures say the curses that were put on us in Deuteronomy 28 will now start to affect the other nations. Number one on the list is Esau, or the Edomites. They now know that they're Edomites. So let me read this again. And I'll read it maybe in the NLT and the AMP. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. A verse, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord. So we get Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is at the door. Only thing stopping this destruction and the deliverance is the microchip. And do all his commandments which I command thee this day. 9th verse, and the Lord Yahweh the Most High will make thee plenteous in every work. That's the kingdom. That's the kingdom. The key verse is the 7th verse, but I want to go up a couple of verses. Restoration promise. Let's read the first verse. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which we're going to start getting blessed now. I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither Yahweh the Most High have driven thee, mainly America. That's where the great deliverance is going to come from. And shall return unto Yahweh the Most High, and shall obey his voice according to all. Oh, this is the new covenant, by the way. This is verse 6, Deuteronomy 30, verse 2. And I said verse 6. Verse 2 is a new covenant. I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. 3rd verse. That then Yahweh the Most High will turn thy captivity. We're in captivity unto this day, and have compassion upon thee, the Israelites, starting with the elect, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, because we're scattered literally all over the planet Earth. But the deliverance is going to come out of America, where the elect is. The elect is also, the elect members that are also scattered will be delivered too. Whether the Lord the Most High have scattered thee, if any of thine be driven out unto the utmost part of the heaven, and we are at the utmost part of the heaven. We're on the west. You got Canada, which is north to the U.S. You got U.S. You got Central America. You got South America. That's the uttermost parts of the earth. That's why when you see the 12 tribes sign, it covers the so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Dominicans. Although you have other people around, Israelites around the world, that are not calling themselves Negroes or Haitians or Dominicans, like the people, Nigerians, the people of Ghanaian, Senegal, those places in Africa, and even around the world, in Spain. Literally, the Israelites been scattered throughout the whole planet, and we look like everybody on the planet from the various nations. From thence will Yahweh the Most High gather thee, and from thence will I fetch thee, and Yahweh the Most High will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, which is the Levant. The land between the Nile to the east coast of the Nile to the west coast of the Euphrates. all that land in between, Saudi Arabia, going up, which is south of that land, the promised land, going all the way up to Lebanon. Because Moses, the Most High showed Moses the promised land, and one of the lands that he saw was Lebanon. So our part of our land is Lebanon. And thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers, sand of the sea, stars of the heavens that cannot be measured or counted, right? Because we're going to have you're going to have one Israelite man, an insignificant guy. You're going to have thousands of wives and thousands upon thousands of children. So a more significant guy of the elect will have more children. And it's going to get big quick. You're going to have the elect. You have the elect men's wives. You're going to have women that you're going to lay down with, even if it's women of the other nations, because what is produced from that woman of the other nation is an Israelite. And Yahweh, thy power will circumcise thine heart. That means the new covenant. That's the new covenant. The new covenant comes in when your heart is circumcised. The scriptures speak about a stony heart. We all have the stony heart because we're fighting to keep them laws. That's what Paul said in Romans chapter 7. And the heart of thy seed to love Yahweh, the Most High, with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Because the ones that ain't right with this, the Most High is going to delete them. All these Jake Christians rolling up on us, Muslims, anybody. They heard the word, they heard about Israel. Everybody's talking about the Israelites, right? And the prophets of Israel. So the ones of you that didn't, accept it and be a part of it, you're in America, you're gonna die here right in America, and then you're gonna have to come back through us. So I'm gonna show you this right here, and I'm gonna close.
Days ago, I did a post about what I'm doing to try to reduce the costs in my home, and I asked people what they were doing. Partly because I thought it would help us share ideas with one another.
She appears to be an Edomite. So if she is an Edomite, fuck her.
But the amount of comments on that post where people are saying, I feed my children and I don't eat. Or I eat every third day. Or I'm eating one meal a day. Or the bare minimum food is a pretty common trend in that post. While we've been watching this situation going on in Gaza, it's happening closer to home too. There are many people here who are literally that food insecure. And I know the whole platform was, oh, there's so much abuse and SNAP and this and that. There are actually people not eating for days here. And I don't think that's getting enough attention. Most of us can't see outside of our own situation. We don't understand what it's like to be in that situation. It's a bother to us to be...
You think I care, bitch? You think I care? Hey, and you Jake women, you gonna come to us. Like Donna Summer said, come to me. You gonna come to us. 7 women shall take hold of one man. Seven means completion. Some men are going to have 10 women. Some men are going to have 20 women. Some men are going to have 100 women. And in the kingdom, we're going to have thousands of women. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to send his son down to kick ass. When Yahweh Shai, I got to steal this from my man Dusty Rhodes. He came to New York. This is when I was a kid. He had the WWF, and he was out of the league for a while. And he came back up, and he made a statement as to why he came back to New York. He said, I come here to New York to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to kick some booty. Now that's what Dusty Rhodes, the plumber's son, said. If you keep up with the old school WWF days. All right? So when Yahweh Shai come back, he coming back to do two things really. One is he coming back to kick some booty. And two, he's coming back to deliver the elect of Israel. Let's go.
Propose with people that are homeless. It's a bother to us to hear people complain that I'm hungry. But that post was pretty eye-opening to me. I mean, I know there's days when I don't eat a lot. But it's because I want to make things last. It's not because I don't have enough to get to the end of the month. The amount of people on that post that didn't have enough to get to the end of the month, or the ability to grow a garden, or the ability to have access to food, is pretty staggering.
And most of you devils voted for my man, Donald J. Trump. He pulled a fast one on you. Now you know what it's like to feel like a nigga. Huh? Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm having fun here. Watching you motherfuckers squirm.
There's a lot of people saying, I feed my children and I don't feed myself. I've gotten to the point where I have...
Well, guess what? Israel, during the time of the siege, 70 AD, they didn't feed their children. They ate their motherfucking children. And that motherfucker's coming back. Cannibalism, there's probably reports of cannibalism going on right now that they're leaving it out the news. What they doing is, in the people in Gaza is terrible. Terrible. Well, they had to show you that this man's a devil. They had to show you. When we said it, nah, you can't call the white man. The white man a devil. I'm gonna say it like Bobby Boucher's mother said it. He's the devil. Gotta have a little fun with that. If y'all don't know what I'm saying, I'm talking about the movie The Water Boy, Bobby Boucher's classic movie. Adam Slander, whatever his name is, Sanders. Got something a pill in my mouth. The mother, every time he mentioned George, what about George Washington? She said George Washington is the devil.
I have to eat one meal a day only.
Well, you got enough weight on your ass to go into a ketosis and autophagy. Okay, you got weight on your ass. You ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna die. You understand? Let's go.
Or I have to go every other day. This is supposed to be a free, wonderful country.
But it ain't no more. It ain't no more. And it's going to get worse. And like I said, there's probably cannibalism going on right now in this country. I know it's going on in different parts of the world. The king of Babylon, the cruel Lord, he's showing his horns, like I said. Revelation 13 and 11. Spake as a dragon. Oh, I'm going to bring down prices immediately. And you clowns believe that bullshit. And you believe what you were told. If you can tell me where I got that from, you're good. and you believe what you were told. Let's listen to some more.
And there's people starving here.
We don't fucking give a damn. Isaiah 65. They said we're going to eat. Brothers and sisters are having dreams about angels bringing them food because we're going to need the food.
I don't care what their circumstance is. In a country this size, with as much money as this country has, people shouldn't be starving.
You are starving because you're under the motherfucking curses. Most High pulling the curses off of us and putting the curses of Deuteronomy 28 on you. And you will be put on slave ships too. On auction blocks. We're going to have fun. Especially with you. Especially with the girls. The Edomite girls. And those were the girls. If you can tell me where that movie's from, you're good. You're damn good. You're damn good. So here we go. Here we go.
We are again, guys.
Okay, that's a food bank. Meaning that the food bank gathers food through donations. And she loaded up. I remember as a kid, we had to get that canned U.S. government shit. That cheese that wouldn't melt. You put fire on that motherfucker, that cheese will not melt. And you need a saw to fucking cut that fucking cheese. But the Most High was with us. So you feeling like a nigga right now. But changes are coming. And there's nothing that you can do. Right? Let's go.
All this stuff. Fresh veggies, fruit, pizza, eggs.
When I see homeless Jakes, I give them a couple dollars. You know, depending on what's in my back pocket, I give them $2, $3, $5. I see a Edomite, I ain't giving them nothing. Fuck y'all.
Drinks, chicken, snacks, canned goods, pull-ups even, fruit, salads, milk, eggs, juice, freaking pie. So much good stuff.
Yeah, that's through donations, man. You're under the curses. You're under... Let me see. I'm thinking of a precept. Give me a second, y'all. Let me pull this over here. If I can. Give me a second, y'all. It should have moved over. Okay, I don't need this. This is what I want. Okay, here we go. Second is just 16. Do it this way. Basic foundational scriptures. Give me a second, y'all. Let me just go through this. I don't want to read this whole thing. You know, you got to read Second Ezra 15 and 16. Okay, I'll read from the beginning. I'll read a couple of verses down. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I might jump around. But we're in this second Ezra 15, second Ezra 16 pretty much goes hand in hand with Jacob's trouble. And Jacob's trouble is also could be called Esau's trouble, because you're going to be in trouble. When you catch hell, guess what? You Edomites are going to catch hell too. You looked at Jake going to the food banks and welfare lines and all that. Now you doing that, man. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. That means when you go into Revelation chapter 11, and they were going through it yesterday. It was Apostle Gabar and Bishop Tazadakma. We're going into Revelation 11. I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing. I saw some of it, you know. It was live, but nobody really was watching because they're not familiar with that channel. Jacob is back. I believe the channel is. Give me a second. Let me show you where it is, so y'all can get the notifications. Oh, this video right here. I'm all over the place. This video right here. Let it come up. It's just short. Now this is, I believe she's Australian. She sees her husband has a full beard and he shaves it off, and she was pissed the fuck off. She was pissed off that and a bunch of cuts of Edomite women seeing their men shave their beard off, and they all got pissed off. They all got pissed off. Especially her. So that's showing you that a woman wants to be feminine, right? And a woman wants a man to be masculine. She wants the masculine side of a man. Part of the masculinity of a man is to have a beard on his face. Matter of fact, let me just play this. Fair use, fair use. She gets pissed the fuck off. As a matter of fact, all of them Edomites. Hey, so that's why I said, look, hey, if there's an Edomite woman like shaped like a Jake woman, and she keep rushing into me, I'm taking her home. She can't stay home, but she gotta come. She'll come to the house, and I'll do what I gotta do, and I'll send her ass home. You know, I ain't playing no more, 'cause the 7 can't tell me a motherfucking thing now. I can do what I want to do, as long as it's within the law, and there's nothing unlawful about it, Captain Zariak. You can get mad. You know you be looking at them Edomite women too. You be looking, not saying nothing. You be looking at them women, especially when you go to the gym. So let's go. So it says shave off your beard and see how your girlfriend reacts. Now listen. Now she's all right with me. We got to build her up a little bit, but she's all right with me. And I believe this is in Australia.
No!
I got to see that again. She did not want to see this man without a beard. She was pissed the hell off. So she's all right with me.
No!
Look at that. She pouting. Hey, brother. Hey, like I said, them Edomite women's is ready. You see that pout, that sexy little pout? When I say pout, I mean when she's frowned. Hey, that shows you right there. That shows you right there that we're going to have Edomite women concubine, because they're going to connect to the Israelite man. The Israelite man is the prize. Isaiah chapter 13. Okay? So you can go follow Dr. Umar with his stupid self. All these years he been asking for fucking money for 14 years? 10 plus years? And the nigga ain't got nothing? Come on, y'all. That's your problem. I don't deal with no stuff. Brother, the snow bunny will fucking bail your ass out. You should have a couple of snow bunnies. If you had some snow bunnies backing you up, they'll bail your ass out. Black woman, black woman is the queen. Where's the 40 G's at? When is them sisters gonna wake them guys, them queens gonna send that money in? And the 40,000 is not a lot of money. Not a lot. When you're dealing with an organization, that's not a lot of money at all. That's not a lot of money to an individual person. I mean, if somebody put 40,000, you can do some things with it, but you're gonna get rid of it quick. You get 1,000 people. They each put in $40. That's your 40,000. You get 40 people. They each put in $1,000. That's your money. So if them sisters is really with you, they're gonna get you out of that fucking thing. But I know why your shit is failing. I know exactly why your shit is failing. You don't need a school, a brick house, a building for a school. You got the fucking web, man. I gotta watch her right now. I put some hips on her and some back on her. No BBL. And like Solomon said, our sister needs breasts, right? Our sister needs breasts. Let me go ahead and bring that up. I believe it says that in the exact words. Let me go to Songs of Solomon. Let me see. Matter of fact, how do you spell breast? Breast. Breast. Did I spell it wrong? Okay, so let's check this out. In the kingdom, they're gonna be big breasted. Okay. Breasts are important. Booty is important. Booty's in the scriptures. Okay, where am I? Okay, let me do it this way. I put in breast. Let me put in breasts with an S. Breasts with an S. Okay, 27 times. Okay, this is one of them. It said, let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. Now that's talking spiritually, that's talking about the scriptures. You got to approach this knowledge like you in head over heels in love with a woman. But it's also talking about a woman. When you get with your woman, and you in the bed chamber, you supposed to put in work. Okay? Let me see. I want to pull out some words. Love and bless, row. Let her breast satisfy thee. Satisfy thee. You know what to do with the breast. Song of Solomon, 1 verse 13. A bundle of mirth and a well-beloved unto me. He shall lie all night betwixt my breasts. He shall lie all night betwixt my breast. That's what the breasts are like. Them are natural pillows. Pillows. Thy two breasts are like two young doves that are twins. Right, the breasts supposed to look the same. Which feed among the lilies. Song of Solomon 7 verse 3. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins. That's signifying big buxom women. This thy statue is like to a palm tree, and thy breast two clusters of grapes. And a cluster of grapes, it took two strong men to carry a cluster of grapes. So when our women in the kingdom, they're going to be full-bodied. They ain't going to be skinny. They're not going to be looking like Twiggy. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Twiggy. Ain't going to be looking, we don't have no Twiggies in the kingdom. You don't know what I'm talking about? Ask somebody. There's a lot of scriptures on breasts. I said, I will go up to the palm tree. I will take hold of the boughs thereof. Now also thy breast shall be as clusters, or grape clusters of the vine, and the small of thy nose like apples. I'm sorry, the smell of thy nose. The smell of thy nose. 8 verse 1. Oh, that thou wert my brother that sucked the breast of my mother. The breast of your mother is this truth. The scriptures. What does it say in Isaiah? We have a little sister, meaning a small, petite woman, and she hath no breasts. What shall we have? What shall we do for our sister in the day when she shall be spoken for? Because that's when you notice a woman when she's puberty. When she's 10, she ain't got no breasts. 2 years later, she's full bodied. Because back then you got them young. When they got into puberty, that's when when they went from being prepubescent to pubescent. When they were about 12 years old, they started filling out. And that's because she's a walking, talking incubator. That's what a woman is. A woman, like this woman with the hat on, with this guy, Vocab Malone, she was yelling. She was completely out of order. And I already know that type of woman. That type of woman, if you deal with her and you a real man, you would beat her fucking ass. She's completely out of order. She's complete, and she got power over her husband. She's completely out of order, and she's probably fucking around with people. They do that in the church. Adultery goes on all the time in the church. But Vocab won't say that. And we're going to praise Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua when the Most High deletes that devil. Songs of Solomon 8 verse 10. I am a wall and my breasts like towers. Talking about a big, a full-bodied woman. You got an Israelite man that said, well, I like him skinny. I said, well, you ain't no Israelite, brother. You gotta have him full-bodied, man. I'm not talking about fat, but you'll take a little fat too. You know, she got what I got. She got a little fat on her, you know, but in the kingdom, she's just gonna be buxom. Then was I in his eyes as one that found favor. I am a wall, and my breast. Hey, the song Brick House, right? Brick House. A house is made from walls, right? I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Big breastises. Big breastises, man. Anyway, let's come back over here. So it says, give up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, that's mourning. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Whose destruction? Esau's destruction. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? That sword is the Most High sword. In Isaiah 34, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. You're not going to be able to turn the missiles back. See, Trump doesn't realize that meeting that he had in Alaska with Putin. He don't realize that Putin, most likely, if he doesn't die, and whoever comes in, if he dies, somebody else comes in, somebody gonna hit that button. Somebody gonna give that order to shoot the missiles off, and they're gonna be in negotiations to try to stop it. Russians gonna say, "Fuck you, we fucking taking this place." Trump is gonna do something, because I strongly believe that Trump will usher in the war of Armageddon. He gonna do something stupid like he always does, and they're gonna get tired of hearing his fucking mouth, and they're gonna let the missiles go. Now I believe, and I'm not saying it's a prophecy, but if you go to Revelation 11, Revelation 11, it speaks about a 10th part of a city. A 10th part of a city means just that. 10% of Babylon will be destroyed. So there's some missiles that's going to be shot on a certain part of Babylon. This is just my thought. I'm not saying this is going to happen. Most High came to me in a dream. And they're going to try to negotiate. They're going to try to have, how do you say, they're going to really get into negotiating. Like their life dependent upon it. But the negotiations are going to fail, and Russia's going to say, fuck it, shoot all the missiles on fucking Babylon. If you go to Revelation, let me go ahead and read that. So I believe part of, like I said, this is not a prophecy. I'm not saying this with this talk, break it down this way. I'm just saying that's what I see. Part of Babylon is going to be destroyed, and that's also in second Ezra as well, 15 and 16. Part of this place will be destroyed before it's utterly destroyed. This is just me speaking. Bear with me in my folly. 11. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me go here. Boom. Okay, here we go. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and the enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, with the missiles hitting the earth, because the whole earth is going to literally, that's truly an earthquake, because the whole earth is going to quake. And the 10th part of the city fell. What is a 10th part of something? 10%. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. 7 meaning completion, 7,000 meaning completion. Anybody that's on it. So ultimately, everybody on this soil will die, will get burnt up. It says, and the remnant were fighting. We're the remnant, because we're gonna look down. Psalms 91, we're gonna look down, and it's gonna be a horrible sight. It's gonna look like a lake of fire that John saw, and gave glory to the Most High heaven. Is anybody gonna say Most High in Christ bless? Guarantee you, if that fucking shit, what can I call that nigga? What's this guy? Fucking Jimmy Walker. If he gets up in the ship and he talking about Most High in Christ bless, he gonna get kicked off the ship. So when that time, if he gets delivered, he gonna call on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. He ain't gonna stutter either. All right. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So, anyway, I was a little all over the place, but that's all right too. Oh, the part about the cannibals. Let me come over here. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. That's some ICE agents. And we were saying when they were getting them Latin tribe, what was Jake saying? They're gonna come after Jake next. They're coming after Jake. They said they got the troops down there coming from different states to DC. Then they're gonna hit New York. Then they're gonna hit Chicago. I believe they're gonna hit LA. Pretty much there's gangbangers all throughout the fucking country. So I don't know the meaning behind why he's doing that. You can't stop wickedness. I mean, evil, which is a bad time. It said they shall be like madmen, sparing none, right? They shall be, 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. All Israel fears the Lord, whether they know that they're Israelite or not. In other words, you keep certain laws. You know, an Israelite man, no matter what tribe he's from, he knows that he ain't supposed to be with another man. He knows that he's not supposed to be with his mother. Right? He knows that if he deals with his best friend's woman, he knows that shit is wrong. That's why they do it behind closed doors. That's why a man find out he's looking to kill both of them. Because the law of adultery, the penalty of adultery is death. So that's in his spirit. He knows, if you kill somebody, you're going to feel bad about it. Esau don't give a fuck. So where did I say I was going to go? Oh yeah, I was going to go to the 15th chapter. It's somewhere in the 50 some odd verse. Okay, bear with me for a minute. Bring this down. I want to go right to the point. Let me start here. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, right? Man shall be more precious than fine gold. Poverty. Hey, poverty, that's what Esau is going through. You saw the video, right? Famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Esau is catching hell now. Esau is catching hell now. And the glory of the power shall be dried. The glory of the power shall be dried up as flour. When the heat shall rise, like dude, the Most High gonna put that heat on you, arise that is sent over there. Over thee, I'm sorry. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastened with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. (52) What I with jealousy, this is funny, the words are funny, have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord. If thou hadst not always slain my chosen. So the Most High is talking to Esau and the other nations, mainly Esau. He said, look, if you didn't jack up my chosen ones and help them, maybe I would have helped you. Exalting the stroke of thine hand. You got into it. You love doing that. So now there's a reversal of powers now. Reversal of fortune. I should look that up. And saying over there dead when thou was drunken. In other words, you were happy. Yeah, killed another nigga. Set forth the beauty of thy countenance. The reward of thy whoredoms, Babylon, shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense, payback. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. There's no statute of limitation with genocide. And Trump is going to be in the kingdom. And I don't got to tell you what we're going to do with Trump. Okay, 56th verse. Like as thou hast done unto my children, chosen, saith Yahweh, even so shall the Most High do unto thee. And it's talking about Esau, number one on the list. Deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger. We just show you the video that the parents said, oh, sometimes we don't eat for 3 days so our children can eat. Well, now you regret for having children. And thou shalt fall through the sword, because you're going to have neighbors coming up against you. Neighbors that you was cool with, they're going to look to kill you to get your food. They showed you that in a movie, The Road. Cannibalism was heavy in that movie. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains, you got these Edomites, these preppers that go up into the bug out. They set up their bug out bags and they go up into the mountains. They're going to run out of food. They're going to run out of everything. It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh, meaning they're going to eat their children. Your mother dies, you're going to eat her. Your grandmother dies, you're going to eat her. The children, you're going to eat them. And drink their own blood. That's cannibalism. And very hunger, bread, and thirst of water. So if cannibalism is not taking place now in America, under the radar, it's going to start taking place. And the American media is not going to cover it because it's you can't stomach that. Can you imagine? We're in a place where people are eating each other, dead bodies, freshly dead bodies that were buried. They can, dig the body out and eat the fucking body. We're not in Jacob's trouble yet, but we're right at the door. And Jacob's trouble is also Esau's trouble. Because the super rich is not going to help you. Trump is for the super rich. He's not for you. He don't give a damn about the poor among you Edomites. He don't give a damn about Israel and the other nations. He don't give a damn about the middle class among Esau and the other nations. See, the super rich, they're planning on get the fuck out of here, man. Where they go up in a space, shuttle or something. They leave the country. They got their fallout shelters. Because those are the first ones that's going to go into captivity. Psalms 149 and 5. You can read that whole chapter. So you going down, man. Like the scripture says. Let me come on back to Deuteronomy 30. Verse 7. Where are we? Let's go. Like the scripture said, and Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies. All right? So it's happening now. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next.